Hey, Odyssey camper here in one of the lesser known national parks, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Let's see what's in here. Hot Springs National Park is perhaps the strangest national park I've been to so far, in that it's not really a park at all. Although there's a hill behind it with a green space, most of the park is comprised of early 20th century bathhouses, all fed by the hot springs in and around Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's really more of an architecture tour than what you would normally think of when going to a national park. It's a little out of the way, but I think it's worth a visit. Natural outlets from the hot springs can be seen in the hills behind the bathhouses. The bathhouses themselves are also plumbed in directly underneath to the hot springs. Water that fell as rain took about 4,400 years to make the circuit down into the ground be heated and then forced back out the top at about 134 degrees. It's pretty warm. During Prohibition, this part of Arkansas was known for bootlegging, and on March 12, 1927, the first U.S. park ranger was murdered on this site. The park entrance is located in the Fordyce Bathhouse. That'll be your first stop and your first tour. Before entering the bathhouse, I took a walk through the changing rooms. These are the men's changing rooms, and you can imagine 100 years ago how many people would have been in here and how busy it would have been. Europeans discovered the hot springs area in the early 1800s, but Native Americans have been coming here for thousands of years for the healing properties of the mineral springs. The first bathhouses were built in the 1830s, but most of what you'll see here now dates from the early 20th century. This shower that looks like a medieval torture device is actually a collection of valves and shower heads, much like you'd have in a modern shower. It hits you from above on all sides. Before most Americans had running water in their house, public bathhouses were much more popular. This one's particularly ornate with marble walls and columns, fountains, and intricate stained glass windows in the roof. Bathhouses like this also served as the local gyms. You could go in and get a workout, get a hot bath. You could even get health spa treatments. Stepping into the gymnasium is like going back 100 years. We've got workout rings up above for gymnastics, parallel bars, ropes to climb. Bodybuilding with weights was still decades away, so workouts consisted of endurance exercises and coordination building, such as throwing these pins back and forth or hitting the speed bag in the back. You could also play catch with a medicine ball if that was your thing. At this point, you may be wondering, like I was, what the National Park Service has to do with this. Well, you have to remember that the Park Service is also tasked with preserving antiquities and unusual sites. This definitely qualifies. I've never seen a site quite like Hot Springs National Park anywhere else. The decorating in here is ornate. The architecture, impressive. It can also get downright weird in here. You have to remember this is a period where electricity was new, so electromassage and electrotherapy were being tried in all kinds of forms. It seems there's 100 ways you could electrocute yourself in here. Some of the rooms look like they could be used for interrogation as much as for therapy. But if you survived your therapy, there was a nice mineral bath waiting for you at the end. These bathhouses have the hot springs mineral water piped in from underground, and if you stay at the nearby Arlington Hotel, you can get a room where they pipe it up directly to your bathtub. So that's a glimpse at the Hot Springs National Park Visitor Center and Bathhouse. There are other bathhouses here as well, and if you're into spa treatments, that kind of thing, you can make an appointment to get a mineral bath. The water comes out of the ground from 47 springs at an average temperature of 134 degrees. So that's pretty warm. It's pretty hard to keep your hands in there for any length of time, but I'm sure they let it cool down before you jump in. After you tour the bathhouses, make sure you go behind the bathhouse row and drive up the hill into the park. There actually is a green space back here, and you can hike to the top, but I recommend driving up the first time until you know what you're dealing with. At the top, there's a tower that you can go up in, and you get a discount with your National Park Pass. I think there's a $10 fee to go up, but it's well worth it for the view of the surrounding area. From the top, you can see out probably 50 miles, and you can look down into the town. There's the Arlington Hotel on the right. Looking into the parking lot, there's the Odyssey camper on the left, fifth car from the bottom. Well, that was interesting. Certainly not what you think of when you think of a national park, but well worth the stop. Some very interesting architecture. It's a neat little town and a lot of restaurants and whatnot. So I'd recommend, if you're in the Little Rock area, Hot Springs, shoot over here and check it out. There was also no admission to get in. That's always a plus. So I got my park pass and I didn't have to use it here, but that's the way it goes. All right, hope to see you soon. Bye.